Hello everyone, Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. Sorry I'm just a minute late here. Time got away from me. I think when you take a look at everything on the table, you can see why that might have happened. I thought last week was a crazy week. It has nothing on this week. So many boxes in. I do still have a couple to check in. I still haven't gotten my picket fence that I had last week checked in. And we also got an order from Memory Box and Poppy Stamps with a restock plus some brand new of their fall and Halloween items. So hopefully I'll have a chance to get to those and have another live for you sometime this weekend, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Lots and lots of things to show you today. Going to start off with a few restock items, but then we also have a bunch of brand new items to share with you. If you see anything you would like to purchase, all you need to do is comment sold and the item name. If you need it shipped, just let us know that as well. We are happy to do that. As always, we would ask that if you do purchase something from our live, that you either come by the store sometime this weekend to pay and pick up, or if you can't make it in, just give us a call and you can pay over the phone and we will be happy to hold on to it for you. But after the end of the weekend, if you haven't paid for it, then we will release it to make it available to other shoppers. Before we get into that, I did want to tell you that we have more card packs put together for you. We had these, a couple months ago, and I know they went really quickly. We have some more of them. Each of these packs has 8 cards in it. These are sample cards that we've made. Some are from classes, make and takes. Some of them are manufacturer samples, but lots and lots of sample cards, and 8 in a pack, and they are just $5. So they will probably go fast again. So I encourage you to grab some if you want them. All right, let's go ahead since we have a lot to cover. Let's jump in. First of all, I got another shipment from Sunny Studio. A lot of our items that we got in last week sold out, and so I wanted to be sure and get some more of them in. The first thing we got back in is the classic Sunburst 12 by 12 paper pad. This has 24 double-sided sheets. You can see the different colors that you get, and one side has this great sunburst effect on it, and the other side has this kind of diamond check pattern on it. So that is the classic Sunburst 6 by 6 pad for $7. We also got back in a couple of the new slimline dies. This first one is the Nature's Border Slimline die set for $28, and you get all of these great border dies. Here is a hillside die. You get a cup. Actually, I think what that's showing you is you can use either side of it, which is really great. You also get this grass die. You get the clouds. You get some waves, and you get some different hillsides up here. So a really good value. Perfect for slimline cards, but obviously you can cut them down to use on your smaller cards as well. That is the Nature's Border Slimline for $28. And we do also have the Basic Border Slimline for $17. You get all these different edger shapes to use for your slimline cards or for just your standard cards as well. That is the Basic Border Slimline for $17. This is a set that went really quickly. This is the Christmas Inside Greeting Set. It is $15. It is a clear stamp set, and it has some really nice Christmas sentiments on it, even some little swooshy things, and a lot of these are great for the insides of your cards, but you can also use them on the outside of your card as well. So that is the Christmas Inside Greeting Clear Set for $15. And we also, I forgot to put these together, but these are sold together as a set. The Victorian Christmas little mini stamp set. It is this cute little Victorian house, and it comes with the matching die. It is $11 for the stamp and the die set. That is the Victorian Christmas. And we also got back in their new quad window dies. These were really popular and sold quickly. The first one is the square quad window die, and what this does is this cuts these 4 window openings in your card front. You can see it has the nice stitching around the outside edges. One of the squares that cuts out from the inside also has stitching on it. The other 4 are plain. You can see they have the nice rounded borders. And what really makes this set a good value is you also get these great 2 tag shapes with it, and you have all these different tag toppers and the hole reinforcers and other little doodads to dress your tags up. That is the square quad window die set for $20. And we also got back in the circle quad window die set, which is $18. This cuts the 4 circle openings, all with the stitching around the outside. You also have 2 circles that you can use on another project that have stitching and 2 plain, and then you get the dies to do this pretty flower. I think it would be great as a poinsettia for the holidays. You can see they're different sizes, so you can layer them up, but do it in different colors, and you can use that all year round. So that is the circle quad window die, and it is $16. We got in a back order from Impression Obsession a few weeks ago. We had got in this Cute Truck die. That is literally the name of it, Cute Truck. It is $9.50, and I really like it because he's a little bit different, a little bit wonky, and a little bit off. So that is the Cute Truck die, and it is $9.50. Next up, we got another shipment in from Tailored Expressions. This is a restock of their fall and Halloween. There is only one new product that we have not had in before, and that is their Bits and Pieces, their clear drip drops. So these are just clear little flat-backed acrylic shapes. They are domed on the top, but they are flat back, and they do come in all different sizes, which is really great. So they just make a great little addition to your project. This is the clear drip drops, and it is $8.50. Just show you to compare, their previous drip drops were the iridescent ones. So they're the same principle, flat on the back, domed, but the original ones you can see have the iridescence, and the new ones are completely clear. All right, so first up we have the Farmhouse Wreath. This was part of their new release last week, and this is a really nice clear set. It is $18, the Farmhouse Wreath, and you get the wreath base, and then you get all these different additions that you can add onto it. You can use them to fill in the open part of the wreath, to add to other parts of the wreath. You can see you even get the leaves. If you want to complete your wreath and just make it have leaves on it, you can, but you get flowers, you get little bats for Halloween, you get some stars, some snowflakes, and some hearts. So a really great set to build up a really nice wreath. That is the Farmhouse Wreath, and it is $18. This next one is a really good companion to that. It is the Farmhouse Sentiments Clear Set for $15, and this one just has these single words on it. You can see the different words that we have on here, pretty good sized, and they would be perfect on their own, but they are also sized so they fit perfectly in the center of the farmhouse wreath. And you can see you have different holiday sentiments to go along with the different add-ons for the wreath. And I do have some samples I'll show you here in just a minute. Next up is one of their new background stamps. This one is the linen background. It is $15. This is a cling stamp, and this just has a really nice linen textured background. It's subtle enough that it can make a really good background behind a lot of other things. All right, one of their new items last week was this new little mini clear set, the Halloween Pennant Parade, and this is designed as a companion to their Pennant Parade set that came out earlier in the summer. This is a cling and also a clear stamp set, so you get the one large cling stamp that has the pennants on it, and then you get clear stamps that you can stamp and fill in those pennants. And this is just an extension of that. You get other stamps to fill in. You can see some of them here definitely with the Halloween theme, and you also have some great Halloween sentiments on there. So we do have the Pennant Parade original set, which is $18, and the Halloween Pennant Parade, which is $8. The next new item is actually also a really good companion to this set here, which was the Big Grumpy Stamp and Die set. You get this grumpy looking bear holding a sign and has all these kind of snarky, grumpy sentiments on it. And you can see it also comes with the die to cut him out. And this is their new Halloween Big Grumpy set. This is a stamp and die set. It is $32 for the set. And it has all these add-ons that work perfectly with Big Grumpy. You can see you can put the witch's hat on. He can be carrying the Frankenstein bucket. We've got pumpkins and candies. And we have some really great new snarky Halloween sentiments that can go in his sign. So we have the Big Grumpy Stamp and Die for $29, and then the new Halloween Big Grumpy Stamp and Die set. You can see there the dies, and that is for $32. All right, why don't you walk with me before we get to some of the others? We're going to take a little break and come up here and take a look at some samples for the Sunny Studios and Tailored Expressions, and then we'll go back and continue on, and we're just going to do this on the computer. It's a little bit easier to do. This is a sample with the quad square window. You can see how it makes those openings with the stitching around the outside of it. And just as a sample, here are some of the cute little tags that you can create with that set. So that set, I'm not surprised it sold out. That is a really, really nice set. Next up, you can see the Nature's Borders were used on this one with the little Halloween cat. We do still have that little mini set in stock from last week. You can see here they've used the grass and the cloud slimline borders on this particular card. And I wanted to show you this one because I think it's really fun. Here it is with the Surfin' Santa little mini set that we still have, and that one uses the waves and the clouds. And lastly, from Sunny Studios, you can see here that is some of the sunburst paper that was used, and then there is the little Victorian house there in the center of that. Next up, some samples from Tailored Expressions. This is the Pennant Parade with the new Halloween Pennant Parade add-on set used to create this fun background. And here is the a number of the new farmhouse. You can see there the linen background to create that really nice looking background. Then they use the wreath, and then you can see the Merry sentiment is from the farmhouse sentiments there in the center. And finally here we have Big Grumpy, and you can see here with the Big Grumpy Halloween set added onto that to create this really fun little Halloween card. All right, we'll be back up here to look at some more samples in a minute, but let's continue on because we have just barely started to scratch the surface here, so we need to carry on. I did forget to show you one Tailored Expressions. This is an older Tailored Expressions. This is the Boo Caps Lock die. It is $10. It is a single die, but it cuts out these letters for you. And this is really great for eclipse cards. You can see we use that here on this card to create that fun sentiment. Hopefully the little Halloween silhouette is going to be back in stock soon. It has been out of stock for a while, but we do have the Boo in. Also wanted to mention that we got back in the rectangle peekaboo infinity die set from Hero Arts. This is $15, and this is a set of dies that lets you create little flaps or doors on your card. This only cuts out on 3 sides, and 1 side scores, and it lets you make little peekaboo openings on your card front. All right, this next one is a restock. This is from Creative Expressions. It is the Follow the Star Cling stamp for $12.50. This is a really great stamp if you are doing slimline cards because you can see it is nice and big and long. But what I like about it is you can see you could totally just use that part there if you were doing an A2 size card, or you could just use that part. So really makes it really versatile. That's the Follow the Star. It is $12.50. And we have 2 new long stamp sets from Creative Expressions in that we have not had before. This one is called A Sprinkle of Magic. It is also $12.50. And you can see it is this little outdoor scene, but if you look closely, it really is a little holiday scene because you have the little fairies on the mushrooms that are all wearing Santa caps. You can see down here we have little packages. It looks like that little mouse is maybe wearing a little scarf. We have little snowflakes. I love all the little details, the little snail there, the bunny rabbits. Just a super cute set. And once again, If you're not making a slimline card, you can use just pieces of this. You don't have to use the whole thing. And the last one that we have is the Bauble Garland, and it is also $12.50. And we did have an ornament one in before, but it was more of a vertical orientation. And this one is horizontal. You can see it has the little snowflakes at the top and these great Christmas ornaments all hanging down from that. And that is the Bauble Garland, and it is $12.50. Also from Creative Expressions, we have a couple of new edger dies in. These are dies that do not cut out at the bottom. They just cut out this top part that you see here. This one is called We Three Kings, and it does cut out those words there in it as well. We Three Kings die is $23. And here you can see on the back to get an idea of the size of it. So that is We Three Kings for $23. And this is a great one to go along with it. This one is called A Child is Born, also $23. And there you can see you have Mary and Joseph on the donkey. I love how here on The Child is Born that it has a star for the eye. So that is A Child is Born, and it is $23. All right, we have some other new winter and holiday dies in. These are great scenic dies, and they're perfectly sized for your A2 cards. This first one is called Moonlight Winter Night, and you can see here that it is this outdoor scene. You have this cabin nestled in the pine trees, the big tree in the front, the moon up there, and these are really great to create a pretty background and put it over that. I think you could also use maybe some glitter paper or do some paper piecing. Lots and lots of things you could do with this depending on how much time you wanted to spend. These are really a great bargain. These are by Nellie Snellen. I have not cut any of these, but I have used some of their other dies, and they always do a really great job. So this is Moonlight Winter Night for $12. The next one we have is more of a portrait scene, and this one really could be used all year round, would be great for guy cards. This one is called Deer in Forest, and it is also $12. You can see here again the trees and the two deer here in the foreground. That is Deer in Forest. And the last one that we have of these Christmas scene dies is called Snow Fun. And here you can see we have the kids out having a good time in the snow, pulling the sled, and up there at the top is the banner that says Merry Christmas. This one is Snow Fun, and it is also $12. This next die is a really basic one, but it is a good one. It's great to do indoor or outdoor scenes behind. This is just called the Open Window Die, and it is just $8. And it has this really nicely arched window. It does cut those windows so that if you want to open them, you can. You can see it even kind of does a little scoring along the edges. So this is really great. You could have it for a scene looking in on a Christmas tree, or maybe looking out on a wintry scene in the background. That is the Open Window Die, and it is $8. Next up, we have a new 3D embossing folder from Creative Expressions. We've had some of their 3D embossing folders before, and they work really nicely. This one is called Winter Wreath, and you can see that that is exactly what you get, this really pretty wreath with the berries on it. This is a larger square folder, but keep in mind that you can always cut it down to work with your A2 cards if that's what the size that you like to work on. And I like that it has this nice open area in the center where you could stamp a sentiment or do something else, some die cuts in the center of it. So that is the Winter Wreath 3D embossing folder. It is $8. We have a couple of dies from Studio Light. We had some similar dies to these last year that were very popular. And Studio Light does a horrible job of naming their products. They usually just put numbers on them. I did put a little bit more of a name on a couple of these. This one is the Layered Bears die set. It is $14. And you can see what you get here is you get this circle die that cuts out this little scene with the mama and the baby bear and some snowflakes. And then you have a coordinating one that you can layer behind it that has the snow-capped mountains. And here you can get an idea of what that might look like when you put it all together. So that is the Layered Bears die set for $14. And this one is really fun because it is a different shape. This is the Layered Star die set, also $14. And you can see you get this star shape that has the little critters, a little deer and a bunny and some stars. And then the companion piece has the houses and the trees. And there is what that scene looks like when you layer those two dies together. So that is the Layered Star die set. It is $14. Okay, I have some new stamps for you. Some really great things here. The first one is a great fall set. It is called Wonderful Autumn. It is a clear set from Studio Light, and it is just $11.50 for this set. And you get all of these really great kind of skeleton type leaves in this set. Really nice. This is Wonderful Autumn, and it is $11.50. These next two are really great scenes. If you like doing any watercoloring, I think these would be really great, or actually any other kind of coloring. It doesn't have to be watercoloring. That's what I like to do. This first one is called Wintry House. It is $7, and you can see you get this nice scene, the house and the pine trees, the little path going up to it, the little road, the sled here off to the side. So this is Wintry House, and it is $7. And this next one is called Wintry Water's Edge. It is also $7. And you can see here we have these trees at the edge of the water, maybe a lake or river. Back here we have some pine trees in the distance and the birds here up in the sky. This is all just a single stamp. This is Wintry Water's Edge, and it is $7. These next stamps are really fun. They are circle stamps, but you could stamp them multiple times and get different looks from them. They are all clear stamps. This first one is called Burst of Drops, and it is $4.50. And here you can see just this pattern of these drops all coming out in a sunburst pattern from the center. You can maybe see a little bit better from the picture on the back what that might look like. This next one is called Stars and Dots. It is also $4.50, and it is just a pattern, all over pattern of stars and different sizes of little dots on there. It would be really great for a night sky, and there you can see a picture of what that looks like. This next one is called Snowflakes. It is $4.50. And it is just a little pattern of little dots, but it would make a great snowy background. It would be great to white emboss this on your background for some snow. And here you can see what that pattern looks like when you stamp it. It does kind of look like a swirl of snowflakes. And finally, the last one is called Misty Forest. And this is just a bunch of trees, but I love how they've done this again with the dots closer together. It's darker further apart, so it looks like it's kind of misty down there in between to really separate those layers of trees. There you can get a sample of what that looks like when it's stamped up. So this one is the Misty Forest stamp. It is $4.50. We have even more holiday stamps here for you. This one is a cute little set. It is called Christmas Surprise. This stamp is only $3.50, and you can see you get this adorable little kitten peeking out of the package. That is the Christmas Surprise, and it is $3.50. This next one, these are the ones that do not have names on them. They only have numbers, so if you want one of these, you need to give me that number there. 467 is the number that you need to give me. It is $5 if you want to tell me it's the reindeer stamp. This is all a single stamp, and I love this because you have kind of like this Nordic sweater pattern in the background. Then you have the reindeer in the front, and this really looks like one of the Nordic reindeers you can see with his shaggy coat there. And then it also has the sentiment on here, dashing through the snow. And there you can see, looking at the back, a little bit easier to see what that looks like. So this is number 467. It is $5, a great bargain. This next one is 471. It is also $5. And this has some pine trees on it, kind of a misty background. There is a sentiment here that says, "We wish you peace, love, and joy this holiday season." Looks like some text down here, so very much a collage style. There you can see it a little bit better there on the background. Looks like maybe a postmark, but it could also be a sun or moon there in the background. So this is number 471 for $5. The next one is number 469 for $5. And this one is a little bit harder to read. This one says, "Believe in the magic of Christmas," and on this wonderful collage background. There you can see a little bit better how that looks. You've got snowflakes and some greenery over here, some text, looks like some honeycomb pattern, some stars. So this one is number 469 for $5. This one is number 470, also $5. This is 3 individual stamps. They kind of have the look of washi tape, but they all say something. "Merry Christmas," "Oh Holy Night," and maybe this one doesn't say anything. It looks like it just has the tape measure and some stars, some chicken wire. So there you can see that set. And that is number 470 for $5. And last but not least, we have number 466 for $5. And this is this adorable little snowman collage. You can see the sheet music background. We have some trees, some stars, and Christmas ornaments. That one is just really a sweet one. There you can see him there. And this is number 466, and it is $5. All right, I know some of you have probably been waiting for this. Stencils, stencils, stencils. We got lots of great new stencils in, a lot of them from Studio Light. So once again, these just have numbers, so you will have to bear with me a little bit. This first one is number 05. It is $6. And this is, you can see, a little bit smaller sentiment, maybe 5 inches, might be probably not quite 6 inches tall. But this is a really fun, ornate pattern. These all come like this interesting shape, and they even come with the split ring so that you can loop them all together to store them if you want. So this is number 05 for $6. The next one that we have is number 31. It is also $6, and this has this really fun kind of, I don't know, maybe a little bit Art Deco-y frond or leaf pattern on it. So this one is number 31 for $6. Let me move around the table here. We have quite a few more of these stencils from Studio Light. This one is number 04 for $6, and this one is just a really great crackle background. That is 04 for $6. This one is 32. It is also $6. And this one kind of has a floral pattern, but it's just a really nice open geometric pattern. These kinds of stencils are really great to do a background, do it in a fairly light color or maybe even a tone-on-tone color. And then you can add something, whether it's other stamping or a die cut or something on top of it. And it just really kind of dresses up your background without overpowering the rest of your card. This is number 32 for $6. Next we have number 33. It is also $6. And this one kind of has a vaguely floral look. It has kind of this petal shape or kind of pointed oval end shape, but all this great swirly pattern. You can almost kind of see like maybe a flower in there if you want to see it that way, or just a great background pattern. That is number 33. It is $6. This next one is number 30 for $6. And I don't really know what I would describe this as. It looks a little bit organic to me, but just really fun with these kind of different lines going in the different directions. That is number 30, and it is $6. And actually, we already saw that one. I just have it in the wrong place. This next one is not in that interesting tag shape. This is just a rectangular shape, and it is a little bit bigger. This is number 06. It is also $6. Some of their pricing is a little bit odd sometimes. I can't figure it out, but this is just a really great collage type background. You could use the whole background or just pieces of it. You can see we have some butterflies on here, some swirls. We have this great kind of Greek looking column. We've got what looks like some script on here, a tic-tac-toe game, just some really fun patterns. So keep in mind, you don't have to use the entire stencil. You can use just pieces of it. This is number 06, and it is $6. Next, we have some more of the tag-shaped dies, and these are larger, and they are the same price as the smaller ones, which no idea why, but hey, you get to take advantage of that. This is number 46. It is $6, and this one definitely is kind of a great floral, but kind of a mandala look. I just think this is a really fun background pattern. This is part of their fantasy collection. This is number 46, and it is $6. This next one is number 47 for $6, and this one is great. It just looks like these flowers kind of cascading down in these tendrils. So I think this one is really interesting. You have some flower shapes, some little dots, some hearts. This is number 47, and it is $6. And then we have number 44 for $6. And this is just a really fun geometric squiggly background shape. That is number 44, and it is $6. This next one is also from Studio Light, but it's a little bit different. They are rectangular stencils, and you actually get 2 stencils in here. This is number 07, and this is $9, and as I mentioned, it is a set of 2 stencils. This one looks to me like it's kind of a skeleton leaf background, and this one looks like maybe kind of a nautilus shell background. So that is number 07, and it is $9. That is all of our Studio Light stencils. I do have one stencil here from Heffy Doodle, and this one is called Tiny Waves. It is $7. It's a 6x6 stencil, and you can see that the name is very apt. It's just an entire background of these little tiny waves, and this would be great for an ocean or beach theme card, and I like the fact that they are so teeny tiny. That's the Tiny Waves stencil, and it is $7. We did get in some of the new Tim Holtz stencils, and anyone that ordered them, I should have pulled your order. I haven't contacted everyone yet, but I do have them in. I have not gotten in the mini stencil set yet, but I have gotten the large ones. And I am sold out of one of them, and I don't have much left of the others, but this first one is the Deco Layer stencil. It is $6.50, and this is a wonderful, wonderful Art Deco background. And we also have the Ironwork stencil for $6.50, and this does really remind me of a really ornate old iron gate. And last but not least, we have the new Multi-Dots Shifter stencil set. This is $16. And this is actually a set of 3 full-size stencils, and they are the various shifter dot patterns. You can see there that these are designed to be shifters. Tim has had his shifter stencils out for a while, and I think this is a great addition. And I have not really had time to watch much of this, and I haven't really seen a whole lot on it. What I have seen looks like they have just used one of these stencils at a time to do a shifter background, but I can even see layering these on top of each other, starting with your largest one in a lighter color and then going a little bit darker and a little bit darker. So I think there are a lot of possibilities with this set. This is the Multi-Dots Shifter stencil, and it is $16. We also got in, I think, the last of our Tim dies. Again, some of you have orders for these, and I have pulled them. One of them, we do not have any extras left. We sold out of the Christmas time die, but we do have this die set, which is called Holiday Brushstroke, and this set is $17. And this is really great because you can see that it was designed so that you can layer these different pieces so that you really get a great dimensional effect. And it was designed to kind of have almost a watercolor look to them with these broad, imprecise brush strokes. So that is Holiday Brushstroke, and it is $17. And we are coming up to the end, believe it or not. Finally, we got in some of the new Tim Holtz Ideology Halloween. Didn't get everything we've ordered yet, but we got some really great things in. The first one is an awesome new entry to his vellum line. This one is called Vellum Haunts, and it is $7.50. All of these different scenes or images are printed on vellum, so they have a translucence to them, which makes them really great. And you can see here we get a bunch of these people, looks like from old cabinet cards, you know, the old palmistry poster, some houses, and there we have this great skull, looks like an x-ray. That would be awesome. You can see when you look on the back here, they are different sizes, which is really nice. We have the eye chart. And remember, these are all printed on vellum, so they do have some translucence to them. Great with lights behind it. This is Vellum Haunts for $7.50. We also got in his Halloween baseboards. This is $8.50. And this is just all these really great Halloween images. But I want you to look. These are not just on thin chipboard. These are on really thick baseboard pieces. So these are going to really hold up on all of your different projects, and lots of great images in here. There you can get a better idea of what comes in this set. This is Halloween baseboards, and it is $8.50. We also got in his new Halloween trim tape. It is $6.50, and you get 4 different rolls of tape. You can see what you get in here. So that is the Halloween trim tape for $6.50. And finally, we got in Tim's new tiny lights. These were introduced last year. They were just clear, but these are for Halloween. You get 2 lights in each pack. It is $8.50. And one of these sets has orange lights, and one of these sets has purple lights. And I will show you some samples. So great for your Halloween projects. That is the orange and purple tiny lights for $8.50. All right, let me come back up here and show you just a few more samples of some of these last items that we got. Some of the stamps, I don't have samples. I will try and put them in the newsletter that I send out tonight, but I did want to show you some samples from some of these. And first of all, let's take a look at some of Tim's. This particular sample here uses the new Holiday Brushstrokes to create that beautiful frame. The Merry and Bright Sentiment is from one of his new dies as well, which we do have in stock. Here is another really great sample. It makes kind of a modern looking Christmas card. This one I absolutely adore. I love the fact that this is a Christmas card on black. Look at that great embossed background back there to give it a little bit of texture. And it looks like maybe some sparkle and stickles or something on there. So I think that is a really stunning card using the Holiday Brushstrokes. Here we can see some samples of the new stencils. Just want to point out, we do have, hopefully by this weekend, we will have some of his new stamp sets in, but the Snarky Cats Halloween right now is not slated to arrive until the end of the month. As expected, it proved to be very popular, and they're really having a difficult time meeting demand for it. So if you have not placed an order for the Snarky Cats yet and would like it, I would highly urge you to do so. I have ordered extras, but they will probably go fast. But I did want to show you here, this is a fun background using the multi-dot shifter stencil. And here is a really pretty background with that deco stencil. And I think I have a few more. Here's some fun dots. Obviously, those polka dots go great with the Snarky Cats. You can see a lot of the design team use them. There is the deco stencil in the background of that. Here I wanted to show you some samples. This one here You can see this has one of the vellum scenes. It looks like it's clear in the background, but I actually think it's in the front. You can see there with that building on the left and the lake and the moon. And this has some of the tiny lights. And someone commented to me that they wish that the lights were only purple. They didn't think they would use the orange, but I think those orange are really useful because you can see when you use them behind something, it gives it just a really nice warm glow, much warmer than the clear tiny lights do. Those have much more of a cold look to them, and so I think that those orange lights will actually be really useful all year round. Here you can see a great example where they did the orange tiny lights back behind that moon to make that glow around the moon. I also wanted to point out, I think some of these baseboard pieces were used in this one, and look at that great use of those tiny lights in there. They made their own machine there with the light bulbs on top in the orange and the purple. Here we have some more of the baseboards used in some of these pieces. That is one of the vellum haunts there with that lady on the front. So lots of ways to use those. Definitely go check out Tim's blog. And just a couple more samples. This one is the Bauble Garland stamp set. And here you can see that sprinkle of magic. And this one I really like because here they have used the whole thing, but they have chopped it up into different size pieces. So really lots of ways to get creative with those bigger, longer stamps, even if you don't want to do a line card. Here you can see an example using Follow the Star that looks like it is a long slimline card, but here is a sample where they have just used one part of it to make your standard A2 size card. All right. That does it for today. Like I said, if I have a chance to come back to you later this weekend with some of the other new goodies that we got in, I certainly will do so. Feel free to go back and watch and comment on the video if there's something like you would like to purchase. As usual, if you don't hear back from me, you can assume that you got the items that you wanted. If I didn't have enough to fill everybody's requests, I will comment and let you know if you did not get something. And if you would, either come by this weekend to pay and pick up, or if you're not going to be able to make it in, just give us a call and pay over the phone, and we will be happy to hold on to your purchase for you. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye.